Spencer, Jeff Hurst, the Trevor Brooking and Billy Bonds, Paolo Di Canio, West Ham United. We celebrate our victories, we stick together in defeat. Proud of our history, West Ham United, more than just a podcast, more than just a podcast.
Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning. This is just a podcast. Season 12, episode 54. And it's question time. Time. So, nothing to do but press this.
Facebook question time.
Yeah. It's Facebook, Twitter question time where you, the 9, 10, or even 12 listeners, get to ask us. Well, you don't ask us questions. You just say stuff, and we say stuff. And sometimes it doesn't even join up. This could be interesting this week because Nigel's our host in question time, and he's got a sore voice. So hopefully it gives up and we can finish early. Nigel.
How you doing? So, half hour ago, I said to people, be quick, because I forgot to put a question up. This is what I said as I'm recording now, and I forgot. Help me out, folks. And they haven't let us down, Sean.
I'm sure.
26.
Oh God.
26.
It's almost like they sit there waiting on a podcast night, just waiting for that question.
I've just logged. I'm looking. I think you find. Hang on.
There could be more?
28 to me.
Or 28, is it?
There could be replies.
Oh right, yeah. There's been a couple more. So let's go. New all comments. New. Right, I will do my best.
Do your best, Nigel.
Dan McClelland. He says, "G'day, mate. Evening, guys from Oz, but no need for an accent as I'm from Kent." Oh dear, Dan, you know the game. Come on. He's a Mars dweller with his 6 fingers and toes, and he's moved out to Australia. Anyway, he goes on. From the teams that look like they might go down, what players would you take from each team? That's my best Gillingham accent. So basically,
is that where he's from then?
Well, he's from Kent, and Gillingham.
Yeah,
you know,
but it's big
if he's in Australia and from Kent, he was probably a criminal at some point. And Gillingham's like an hot spot, really, for criminality.
Oh.
There you go, little known fact.
They got Jan Chatham, haven't they?
That's why they like to call it a Medway town. Yeah, because it sounds nice, doesn't it? You think of a Medway.
Right, yeah, it does.
Gillingham. Dear, oh dear. Anyway, he likes Ward Prowse at Southampton, Jack Harrison at Leeds, Maddison at Leicester, but he doubt if that had happened, like the other two will. But he's gone for Harvey Barnes.
Yeah.
Everton, he thinks Ben Godfrey, Connor Cody. Forest, he's put with 2 R's, like it's Forest Whitaker. Not Nottingham Forest. It's Brennan Johnson.
Yeah, he's good.
Which
Pacey.
Yeah, and I do like him. And I'll tell you how good Brennan Johnson is. I think he's one of the only players that played last season for him. And when you consider they signed 30 players, I think that just shows you how hard he's really stepped up. And his old man was a decent player as well. So he says, given 40 to 50 million pound, who's your Rice replacement?
I think we've already got him.
Do you think?
I think it's
Paquetá?
Downs, yeah. Paquetá and Downs, I think, do the job just as good, yeah. I'll say just as good. What I'm saying
What
is...
about the Phillips stories? Do you think there's truth in that?
I think, yeah, I've always thought that it might be like a swap deal plus cash with Phillips, but I don't think he's any better than Downs, Phillips.
No,
really.
I don't know.
If you gave Downs the opportunities that Phillips had, because look, Downs could have played for Leeds United and stood out. He's done nothing wrong for us, so he could have stood out at Leeds. and then got the same kind of career, in my opinion. So we don't know. Look, we don't know. But if you're going to push me for a £50 million midfielder,
Oh, I've got the fourth player,
oh, okay.
and it's a favourite of yours,
Of mine,
of Nigel's,
Well, it weren't Fabianski, was it?
Alan Taylor.
Oh, was he there? Was he?
Yeah.
No, good.
Oh, we've seen it on air now. So anyway, this won't be published till
till
Wednesday.
it's out.
Yeah, so we can reveal now. It was John Moncur, Martin Allen, George Paris, and Alan Taylor.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sure what that achieved, really. You know, not really understand what the story was.
And the current players were Bowen, Fornals,
Areola,
Areola,
Cornet,
Downs, and Cornet.
and Pablo was there.
Yeah, I said Fornals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some nobody supporters.
Oh, that's the barmaids from the Carpenters.
There you go.
Anyway, the boy from Chelsea, the midfielder from Chelsea. You know, shit with names.
Mason Mount.
No, that one, blonde boy, played for Paris on loan.
Gallagher.
That's him.
Conor Gallagher. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. I mean, bearing in mind the run in Europe, I mean, if Rice, and this is the funny thing, if Rice goes, I mean, if you ignore the Rice money, I would expect West Ham to have a 50 to 60 million pound kitty from this season. Probably 50 million, bearing in mind the fact that our league position would have cost us, blimey, could cost us 20 million when you look at it.
White away kit has a silver badge and a claret collar. I know you're not interested.
No. I mean, yeah, if you look at it, I suppose our league position is 2 million roughly a place, isn't it? So
Is it?
It is, yeah. So if we're finishing like 8 places lower, a 16 million loss in league placings. I think the club still budget for 10th spot, do they not, Sean?
I think they do, yeah.
Yeah, so that's still in their budget. They'd still be out 10 million.
Yeah, they will. I mean, you say that, but obviously we've earned over that in our European run.
No, but but that's what I'm saying.
So we wouldn't have budgeted for that. So
no, but I still, that's what I'm saying though. But without the Rice money, without any transfer money, I would expect a kitty of 50 to 60 million pound.
Yeah, and look, without hammering home the point, they don't trust David Moyes and Rob Newman to spend the Rice money. Let's be blunt about this.
Well, I mean, yeah, look. You know, they've said it, haven't they? At the end of the day, you know my point of view. I told you. I just can't believe they can say that. I don't care whether it's, you know, off the record, on the record, whatever. We all know what's going on. We all know who's saying it. You can't be dressed up any other way.
It's sources close to the club is all I can say.
Yeah, look, this is the thing, yeah. What we know is, yeah, that the people saying that, yeah, are not going to be junior members of sources. It will be senior members of sources.
I cannot confirm or deny that.
No, but we're not idiots, Sean. Yeah, so we can all know that. Let's face it, the catering manager ain't going to turn around and go, well, actually, I don't think we're going to trust him with the money because it ain't their remit. So, like head of ticketing, it's not their remit. So we know whose remit it is, and we know who would say that. And that's why I always argue, despite you put it on website with my name on, I always argue that actually I still don't like those stories, especially at the timing now.
I know, but I'm just a messenger.
So you've said for the past 11 years or 12 years I've known you.
Have we really known each other that long? Go
That
on,
long,
carry on.
yeah.
Jesus.
It has, yeah. Next year, it's unlucky for some. 2011. Rick Moran. With this season almost at an end, what would you like to see for West Ham next season? It's a bit different.
Wow, that's a good question.
Yeah,
More possession, but I said that last season, didn't I?
he was good in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, I
He
thought.
was. That's what I thought of. It's Rick Moranis. Moranis, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, while you think then, I mean, next season, blimey, I'd even swallow a season of mid-table mediocrity, you know, hanging around the sort of Brentford like place of 8 and 9, with the outside shot of 7, but probably end up 10th, and another decent cup run, hopefully in the Europa League, but predominantly
Yeah,
in the FA Cup. But I say that every year.
I don't
Sean,
think no one could argue with that.
yeah, anything you'd like to see for West Ham next season?
Um,
I'd like to see Brody out.
what would I like to see next season?
Radio.
Look, I just want. Do you know what? And look, the main reason we go to football is to watch entertaining football. I just like to see us, like we did on. I'd like to see a lot more games like we did on Sunday, where we just go for it.
No, yeah, I won't argue with that.
That's what I'd like us to do. I want, goals are fun, but it's about we go to football to be entertained, not just about results.
Do you think, on that note, do you think Moyes actually, with all the new players, couldn't handle that many new players?
I don't think he ever wanted to do that.
I think you're right.
So therefore, does that lean to the fact I'm really coming round to the thinking that how many of these players were his signings? I'll lay you money, as good as he is, that Paquetá was not on Moyes' radar.
No, I don't think he was.
Just predominantly because
We know where Paquetá came from, right?
That's what I'm saying, and we know that we know he was the one that went crying.
There you go. Little picture, just confirming what you two said earlier.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I don't know, but he's everywhere on Twitter, and people saying it's a bit
What do you
weird.
mean, who's that? It's George Paris.
I know who it is. I was joking. It was a.
All right.
It's George Paris. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Thanks for that, Rick. Anyway,
Nice one, Rick.
Adam Leatherbarrow. Excuse me. Hi, chaps. Big day Saturday, he says. What's he talking about? He says,
Saturday.
will you be watching Eurovision?
Oh, what a load of.
What country do you usually cheer? He says, I'm open to strange reasons. And why does Sean like Malta?
I don't think I've seen it this century. You want to talk to Ian Dow? He's a massive Eurovision fan.
Is Terry Wogan still doing it?
No.
Dead man.
No, even though it is, and it who's the other Irish?
I'll as a guess it'll be Graham Norton, isn't it?
Yeah, Graham Norton.
I don't have an aerial.
I'm not.
Do you know what I'm looking forward to seeing? Because I watched the clip earlier, and that's Frankie Goes to Hollywood to perform.
No.
Are they doing the Eurovision?
Oh, mate, they're because it's Liverpool, isn't it? They've and this is.
They're not in it.
No, they're
Right.
doing like an opening. So I know they did. I think it was in front of. I think it's St George's Hall or something in Liverpool. Big stage set up, and I just watched a clip of them sing Pleasure Dome, and it was like I was 14 again. And Frankie says,
Talking of Malta, didn't Malta hold the Eurovision Song Contest?
I don't know.
I'm sure I was on a plane once because my I used to have an office. Well, I still do have an office out in Malta, but we used to headquarter out of Malta, so I used to fly there quite a bit. And I was on a plane, and I was with. I think they're called Blur, not Blur. Blue or something. It's not Blur. The Blur. Oh,
Blue?
what's it? Huh?
Blue?
I don't know. They're some boy band that won.
Blue.
Is it Blue?
Well, it sounds like you're talking about, and you said they were blue.
They're something like that.
Right.
Did they
listen,
win?
mate,
Were they once in the? Oh,
I
that's
don't
it.
know. I
Blue.
don't
It is
watch it.
Blue. You're
But
absolutely right.
listen, Barrow, the leather Barrow's getting a fucking yellow card now because it's another fucking stupid question. He's got fuck all to do with West Ham again, right? He's getting a fucking yellow, and next time, right, he's getting a red.
Yeah, but the reason I asked is he asked me about Malta and Eurovision, so it's part of the question, mate.
Is it about West Ham?
Well, how is Eurovision Song Contest about West Ham?
That's
So
Len's
why has he
point.
asked the question? That's my
Oh,
own
right. I thought you were
point.
having a go at me. You're
Then
having a
you
go at
answer
Adam.
the question.
I stand corrected. You can have a go at Adam all you want.
Yeah. You got a yellow card, Adam.
We're yellow carding Adam, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, a bit like we did Dodsey in the group earlier this week, or I did.
Well,
Well,
you
you
gave him a
did.
straight red.
Yeah, I did send him off.
Put him in the
And then he
sin
got
bin.
rescinded by VAR.
Yeah, he got rescinded 24 hours later on appeal.
After I stuck up for him.
No, you did not stick up
See,
for it.
Dodds, I look after his son. I told you
Dodds
the
asked me to
supporters club.
You did not stick up for him. Anyway, go on, move on.
James Wood is up next. A fine actor, even for a Trump supporter. Good evening, all, says Jimmy. I was really excited about Kera, but there has been a few mistakes and nervy moments at his time at West Ham so far. But he was immense
He was.
against United.
Yeah, he was.
Really aggressive and looked safe at right back. Possibly man of the match behind Rice. Quite how Ben Rama won it in the ground, people, I do not know.
We know.
I think the people at Betway had money on someone else and wanted to make sure.
No. It's you know how it works.
Yeah, he scores the goal. I want my photo done with him.
Well, exactly. The sponsors,
Yeah,
get to choose the man of the match.
yeah, and they'd probably had too much to drink.
Yeah, exactly. So it's who they want to meet.
Patrick Thistle gone 3-1 up. Get in there. Anyway, big game tonight against Queen's Park.
You'll probably know the joke. I didn't get the joke on Price of Football with 4-4 and there. Did you get that?
4-4, he's 5.
5. I don't get it.
Or was it he's 5-4,
He's 5-4.
4-5? Yeah, it was he's 5-4, 4-5.
Okay, I'm sure you'll have to explain it to me later.
2 1s, I think.
Okay.
Or was it? No, was it Morgan?
No, yeah. Okay.
It was one of them.
Yeah, I've got it.
Anyway, can he cement his place, says Jimmy Wood, ahead of Kufal? And should he start there ahead of Johnson Thursday? Keep up the good work, my lovelies.
Kufal, he's injured.
No, should Kera start in front of Johnson
Oh,
on
yeah,
Thursday?
all day long.
I think he was a man of the match, wasn't he?
Yeah, all day
Really?
long. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably the real man in the match. Though Deck was absolutely
He was immense.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was,
he's putting
So
on
many
a sort of
good
putting himself in the
performances.
shop window, sort of.
I must admit, I don't really use that word, immense.
Do you not?
No.
Were you buzzing?
Fuck no, you know I don't fucking use that word.
Buzzing,
Buzzing, man.
You use the word funny, then it doesn't even mean funny as well. You were telling me, you lot.
Well, yeah, it's funny can mean
It's funny, can mean funny, peculiar, and funny.
yeah, and you see funny, you know,
Funny.
like,
Yeah,
Bit funny.
he's Dodsey a bit funny.
yeah, like touched, you know.
Touched. Oh, hang on a minute.
Dodsey is like a totally different person on any kind of new media than when you see him in the flesh. You think to yourself, is he fucking? What the fuck's wrong with Dodsey? Like he sends you a text.
I got a long
Lately,
list.
yeah, that's true. Lately, he's sending tweets, and I think, so that's a fucking AI program. That's not a human being that wrote that text.
Oh, don't start. We're going to have an AI Dodsy up next.
Oh well, I tell you
Oh
what.
no!
Considering how he writes his blog articles on Away Day Ramble, how he became, managing director of Tesco's, I've got no idea.
Yeah, but because he uses Siri. But this is what happens when Siri can't understand
Well, hang on,
regional accents.
he dictates the Away Day things through Siri.
Yeah.
Oh, you're having a laugh.
Now, why do you think it's unfucking-readable? Siri's just sitting there
Oh,
thinking,
that's what he's doing.
oh, I don't
didn't
know what he
understand
said.
that.
Yeah, neither can Siri. That's the problem.
Yeah, how's
Oh,
Siri
you're having
supposed
a
to be a?
giraffe.
How's
No.
Siri supposed to understand someone from Minehead?
Yeah. Ooh, are.
Oh, now it sort of makes
So
sense.
he is using AI.
I just thought
Yeah.
he couldn't read and write,
It's
but it's just he
AI
can't use
Dodsy.
technology.
So,
Knowing Doddsy, he probably asked Siri to read it back to him.
Dodsy's got a bit of a complex where he thinks we're bullying him.
Oh yeah, we should lay off.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
And, I'm the main perpetrator. I'm Gripper Stepson.
Anyway,
he's
sorry,
Roland
what was the
Browning.
question?
we
We haven't even got to Dodds's question yet.
No, we haven't got
You
to
haven't
Dodsy's
even
question.
acknowledged.
Next up is Andy Hall. Hello, mate.
Hello.
Hello, chaps. He said he was very pleased with the performance Sunday, Man United. He says, I hope we can do the same against Alkmaar, reach a European finals for the first time since 76. Right. Wants to know what we think of the 4,000 tickets that we could possibly get for the final, knowing there could be up, I think, to 15,000. I can see 20 odd thousand.
Did you get anything in the ballot?
Well, no, because this is the first ballot. And I predominantly said I only want a ticket if West Ham are in the final. So the first ballot were for those that said, I just want a ticket. Yeah?
Ah.
So there is another ballot after the semi-finals has taken place when they know the two teams.
Oh, I didn't realise that I went in the first ballot.
Right. So
But
no.
get 2 bites of the cherry, though.
I'm not sure you do.
Oh, right. I'll just use a different name then.
Right, okay.
And if not, I'll be lucky in the third ballot.
Right.
Is there a third ballot?
Well, I'm sure there is for you. There's probably 4, 5,
Yeah,
6
you'll have as
ballots
many
for you.
ballots as you like.
Yeah. But I've still not got a passport, so I don't know why I applied.
Yeah, you still haven't got a passport.
No, I've got to sort that out. So I'll have a better idea at the end of this week what I'm doing anyway. What?
Another bit, I don't know if you knew this. You know the referee that's in charge of the semi-final on...
Yes, but there's a question later
Oh,
about
go on,
that,
all
I
right, we
believe.
won't mention it.
So I can give you some stats about that.
Oh, Cresswell.
So anyway, what do we think about the ticketing
What about the 4,000?
for the final?
Wait,
Well, first of all, we've got to get there.
it's too small, and it's ridiculous. They should have held it in a bigger stadium. If they want this tournament to be taken seriously, they should have held it in a bigger stadium.
But
the Eden Arena.
Yeah, I mean the problem I've got here is it's all on UEFA.
Yeah.
And it seems to me that UEFA and the only thing I can come down to is advertisers and sponsors. So therefore, the big money tournament is the Champions League. That has to have the biggest stadium.
Yeah, of course it has.
So next then is the Europa League. So, I mean, last year, the Europa League final, Frankfurt against Rangers, held in Seville, 40,000 seat stadium.
That's ridiculous.
Far too small.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got teams that have 40, 50,000 each at home. And you're saying, oh, we're only going to give you 10,000 each.
Silly.
Yeah. So there's that to it. Then they create this new tournament. And a team like Roma that has 40, 50,000 going each game wins it. Now you're going to have possibly, West Ham or Fiorentina game, or even, that West Ham would fill 20,000, as we know, on our
Yeah.
own. So when there's so many stadiums in and around Europe, that if they want to farm it out, they could put it in to then do that. And what it basically is UEFA saying is we have to protect the Champions League, then the Europa League, and then this is the also ran. But the problem is it's all right if English and Italian clubs were excluded from the Europa Conference League. Perhaps we should have been. Because if it was a tournament for the lesser clubs, as UEFA dreamed it up, then they shouldn't have invited the Germans and the English and the Italians and the Spanish to take part in it,
Yeah.
and just left it to the Dutch,
Oh
the
my God, I'm
Scottish.
agreeing with you again.
Yeah, well, and then a 20,000. At the end of the day, Alkmaar only have 20,000 seater stadium.
Yeah. There you go.
So
But it's still wrong.
of course, it's wrong, but this is UEFA all over.
And
The problem
you
we've got
know,
is
the story is right? How many people are likely to travel without a ticket? A
undoubtedly.
final,
I mean,
20,000.
yeah, but Prague is we all know Prague's a British hotspot, yeah, for Brits abroad. I
Yeah,
should say, yeah, they all like to take in a bit of Prague.
yeah.
So
I'm in Spain actually that week,
so
so
if they think they can enjoy Amsterdam as they will this weekend, then they'll old Len will be banging out the drawings left, right, and centre with
Yeah,
people banging
like
things out.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I ain't already.
Yeah, like you
Hey,
ain't already.
Dodgy.
Yeah. So anyway, so um, it's just
anyway,
total
I'm worried
madness.
about your throat. Let's
Yeah,
move on.
fan park. That's what's needed.
Yeah.
A fan park.
But do you know what?
Do you
Right?
know what I'll probably do? I
Go
probably
on.
won't go to the final, and I will probably go down the Black Lion and watch it. And then if we win it, I'll probably go and celebrate on Green Street and upset a load of people that live in flats.
All right. Let me ask you this, and I know what the answer could be. I'm going to ask it anyway.
Yeah.
What happens if they create a fan park
Yeah.
outside the London Stadium
Yeah.
in front of the biggest screen in Europe?
Yeah.
Right. So in that run up to the bridge with a sort of fan park there, would you go and see it?
No.
Right. I would.
No, I would go, and because I think the place to celebrate the win is.
I'm
Green
not saying
Street.
inside the stadium. I'm saying outside
No,
the
I know,
stadium.
but I still think if I'm going to be anywhere, if we win it, 10 o'clock or 10:30 at night, I want to be on Green Street with a load of fireworks.
Did you see Napoli change
Yeah.
the subject? Yeah, a bit like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a bit
Illegal
like-
to let off fireworks in the street, by the way. Just
well, all right, let's go down the statue and have a party.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll be in Spain, and then I'm in Portugal. I'm not sure I can fit it in, but I might fly to Prague in between. Flights from
there you
Spain
go.
will be easy, won't they?
They will be cheap.
Yeah.
Gary Amor says he loves it. He does. Oh, Gary. Evening, gents. He says, where do you think we need to strengthen next season? If we are to challenge, see a lot of people, a lot of ifs and buts in the Europa League. He says, Moyes in, Moyes out. Shake it all about. Brady out.
Brady out.
Brady
for Mayor of London.
Yeah, definitely.
That's not true, by the way.
Oh, don't crush our hopes.
But I wrote the original story, right? So this is social media. A story I wrote 6 years ago for Clarence Hugh, saying Brady started getting put on Twitter again, and I was thinking, Brady for mayor? Where have they got that from? I followed it back. It was a story I wrote 6 years ago. So sorry, but Karen Brady's got no intention of running for Mayor of London, and someone's just repeated a story or linked to a story I wrote 6-7 years ago.
All right. So, do you think we should sack Brady and strengthen there in the boardroom?
She's a lifer, I'm afraid.
Oh, Anyway,
Yeah, she's not.
right. So
Only Sullivan's life.
I'll
Oh
tell you
yeah,
what
yeah,
I'll do.
that's true.
I'll give you the defence. I'll take the midfield, and Len can have up front. One player, Sean. Sign defender. Go.
What to sign that I
Yeah, sign defender.
Wan-Bissaka.
Wan-Bissaka.
Won't be
Yeah.
Yeah,
Saka.
it's not a bad shot actually.
I quite like him.
Midfield. Yeah, Conor Gallagher. I think would be a great addition. I'll go with that. Nick and Jays. And you get the striker,
I'll have that kid from Forest then.
Brennan
Oh, there's someone
Johnson.
else I saw the weekend I quite liked. No, stick with Johnson.
Yeah, there's your three people. That's not bad actually. If you could, you want to
Well,
send
there's a
that
job
in to
going
Sullivan,
next
Sean.
season, apparently.
I'll
According
send
to
it.
Sean.
Blimey, you've already scouted abroad for him. I'm sure he'd appreciate your input on this.
Still 1-0.
Duncan Boys. Evening all. He's got a quick question, which we do love, Dunk. Has Skamaka played his last for us?
Yep.
And if not, can he offer us anything next season?
Hope.
So I think that answers it. Has he played his last for us? Yes. And if not, can he offer us next season? No. But thanks for asking, Dunk. Oh, Queen's Park got one back, 3-2. The old Bicester Grant Croxford. This
Hello,
is
Grant.
evening, guys. How are you tonight? I think you can hear, mate. I'm losing it. He's got a quick question, good one. If you were king for a day, what would you do and why?
Real king?
Yeah, if you were king for a day.
What, like King Charles?
Yeah. King Sean the First.
I don't know. What would you do? What powers do you have now that are not ceremonial?
All right. What would you do?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Shag Camilla?
Would you? I don't think Camilla would be your queen, to be fair.
I don't know. What do kings do?
I think you sounded. Yeah, I don't know to answer it.
It's a difficult question because you only have certain powers as the king.
Yeah.
You can't really pardon people, send people to the tower, even though you might want to. I know. Open a building. I know.
This isn't a West Ham question either.
No, it's not.
I think it's only fair that I should give Grant a yellow as well.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Although he hasn't had any previous. This is his first tackle. So I'm giving you a word in his ear. Next tackle,
question.
you watch yourself, you get a yellow, Grant. Although it was kind of a good question we couldn't answer.
Well, if I was king for a day, I would campaign for world peace.
Can't do that. When you become king, you've got
you can't have a political
It's not world peace ain't political.
Yes, it is. You can't do that. It's
look
not
what Grant's done.
1-1.
I know it's 1-1. It's been 1-1 for a couple of minutes.
Oh, I'm a bit behind them.
Oh.
Anyway,
who scored
it? KDB, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? Okay.
It was a while ago now.
While we're here, what's the title for the first episode? 53, by the way.
Tale of two Manchesters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bit long, but there you go.
Well, I was thinking down the lines of Manchester. But that'll do it.
Or Manchester.
Jason Backhouse. Back to the 70s. Evening, gents. This is a great all-round team performance Sunday. Atmosphere was good, he says. 10 minutes after leaving the ground, I got a text, though, reminding me to renew my season ticket next year.
You can stop them notifications.
Yeah, you'd think they'd give it a rest, wouldn't you? He's got a question for me. He said, being a keeper, would you have saved that daisy cutter from Ben Rama? Well,
Sean could have saved it.
Well, You did hear Jermaine Defoe saying that on BBC. Yeah? Go
I,
on.
I,
What, that you
what
could
he
have
said,
saved
you would
it?
have saved it, Sean.
No, he said Jermaine Defoe said on Match Day. Even I could have saved that.
Yeah, I mean,
I couldn't have saved
it's
it. No.
one of them where I would say yes, I would have saved it, and I could probably point to 4 or 5 saves on Wanstead Flats where I made that save. Then my mates who I played with would then point out to you the 7, 8, or 9 times that I didn't save it. Sometimes daisy cutters, they can do weird things off the pitch, especially if you're playing where the cows have tread
Oh,
and
now
shit.
you're trying to protect the guy.
No. What I'm
He's
saying is
gone. I don't think he'd be
he
around. after
I'm
this.
he
amazed he's
should
still
have
there.
saved that. Oh, fucking hell, Queen's Park have just equalised. So look, apparently he's still the number 1 shot saver in the league this season,
Is he?
and he's on course for winning the Golden Gloves. So
Oh.
you know, listen, when players make mistakes every game, the problem is when a keeper makes one mistake, it just gets highlighted and highlighted and highlighted. We
Maybe it was
ain't
going too
afforded.
slow for him.
Well, my old manager used to say, you know, shots from 10 yards out on one-on-ones, he would bet his house on me saving them. He said, but if they shot from 30 yards, fuck me, I knew it was going in. And when I asked him to explain that, he said, basically, Nigel's problem was when he had to think what he was going to do.
Yeah, same with
So
anything.
when it was instinctive, you know, I remember people say my best save, it was from 4 yards out of volley. And I tipped it onto the. When I say I tipped it onto the bar, it's literally the ball's come over, the bloke's running in front of me, and he's volleyed it. And I'll say I saved it. I just stuck my hand out and it hit my hand. But that is a save. Yeah. I didn't have time to think, fucking hell. It was like he was there and I just stuck my hand out and the ball hit my hand and hit the bar and went back out. So, but that's what a keeper's got to do. A bit like the Gakpo goal for Liverpool. You know, I think Fabianski could have done better, but they will skip off the pitch and catch you out when you got to get low down. And frankly, though, if I did save them, perhaps I would have done better than the Ilford and District League on Wanstead Flats. Though I didn't win Player of the Year once, and we won the league title, so it couldn't have been that bad. Cheeky Lines. Stevie boy, our favourite postman. He says, evening, gents. He hopes you're all well. Yeah. Fantastic result Sunday. He said, I've been saying to a few mates who were teasing me about getting battered by both Manchester teams, we beat one of them. He's pleased for Moyes. I do think he's taken an awful too much shit, Steve, if you ask me. And he still gets it from people. I'm still not sure if I want him gone in the summer. I sort of feel he has the right to rectify the wrongs this season. The question is, what do you think he deserves another season after this mini revival? He then says, Sean, do you think the board will be careful with the transfer kitty if they keep him on? Well, you've already earned, Cheeks, that they're going to, if the reports are true, he won't get to spend it. He does thank us all for giving up our time. Kaczynski and Brady out.
Brady
Leave
out,
Kudzinski
Kaczynski
out
out.
this.
No, he's a postman.
Why?
So what?
Fuck him.
Oh, of course,
No, he's
yeah.
fucking the post office. We need to
Well,
fuck
what do you mean?
Kaczynski.
Look, the post office has done out all right on their own without Kudzinski. What's he done that's bad?
No,
Beyond
mate.
buying what has he done
no.
wrong?
No, he's an investor in something he shouldn't be able to invest with.
So why is that Kudzinski's fault?
Because we're making it Kaczynski's fault,
All
all
right.
He's a director, isn't he?
Sounds like a little
He's
bit
the one
of
that's taking the big bonus.
having a go at him because he's a foreigner.
No, I'm having a go at him because he's a shareholder in the post office.
But do you believe? Are you a socialist now? You believe it should be in state-owned control?
Well, I'm guessing by
This
the
is
amount of
not
times I've voted
West
Labour recently, I
Ham.
probably could be a socialist.
You could be. You didn't vote Labour. Did you on last Thursday?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh, I remember when you were a Tory.
I know. That's before they sold me down the fucking river and showed
Oh,
their
well.
true colours, though, Sean, isn't it? So anyway, locally, they will never get my vote again. Locally,
Oh, well.
absolute criminals. And to
Oh,
be
well.
fair, they screwed all the budgets and fucked Thurrock over, the Tories in
Oh, well.
charge, bankrupted it.
Oh, well.
So anyway, we'll move on. So, Sean, why are you giving Moyes one more year?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Who says I am giving Moyes one more year?
All right. Would you give him one more year? No conditions. Just we don't
No.
go down.
Deep, my heart says no. No.
So you would. So you're Sullivan's right hand man.
I'm not
I
Sullivan's
know
right
this
hand
is
man.
no. I was going to say we could pretend. Well, actually,
All right.
we know it's a bit different. But anyway, but for the podcast, we'll pretend that you're Sullivan's right hand man. You're on the board of the club.
Mhm.
It's time to put up or shut up about Moyes. What way is your finger going? Where's your 25% shares of the votes?
I'm
You
looking
saving him?
down. I'm looking at a review, and I'm saying, now I know, by the way, whether we've won the Europa Conference League, and we can all decide whether it's a proper cup or not.
Mm.
But it's our first bit of silverware since the Intertoto Cup, right? Make that comparison if you will. I think I would shake David Moyes' hands and said, "You have taken this club. You've done wonders for this club, and I thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Right.
But you've taken this club about as far as you can,
Okay.
and I want to bring in a new set of ideas and a new strategy to take us forward.
All right.
I wish you all the best."
Len?
If he wins the Europa League, I think I'd. You're saying if I was Sullivan, right?
No, you're just a
Well,
shareholder.
this is you. You. We're at a board meeting. You're keeping him. The season review's done. Now, where do your votes lie?
Have we won the Euro?
Yes, let's say we have. Yeah.
Mind you, if we well, actually, if we
Oh,
were in the Europa
we've
League,
got to the final. Let's say.
we got the final. Yeah, thanks, but no, we're moving on.
Right. So
Imagine
only
though,
winning will save him.
only winning matters.
Mm.
But the thing is, if we get into the Europa League, we'll have a better chance of a better manager, won't we? Never thought of that. I was about to say he probably not deserves, because you know what I think of him. But you'd understand in getting, letting him see out his job. But tough, isn't it? That's why I'd never bought a football club that had not folding it. What about you, Nigel?
Well, look, for me, I would, much like they did with Allardyce, yeah. Perhaps I could dig out Dave Sullivan's email to me after Allardyce was retained for the 4th year of his contract, where he said, "We will go forward, but changes will be made in the way we play." Which alluded to, they said to Sam, "We're not going to sack you, but we want you to change the way you play." And what Sam did is he did that for 4 months
Yeah,
just to prove he could, and then thought,
yeah, and then he went back.
"Fuck you lot," yeah,
That was
and
a
then
good
went
4
back to
months,
type.
wasn't it?
But
That was a good 4 months.
It was a good 4 months, and I think he got us top 3. I think he got us 3rd in the
I think
table.
we were in
one
top
point.
4 by Christmas, weren't we?
Yeah, around that. And then it was like, "Nah, fuck you. I'm going back to type." Because the thing with Allardyce that some people don't realise is it was never about the way West Ham played. It was personal. It was about the way he wanted. So in a way, it was the way West Ham played, but I didn't pick apart each performance. It was, yeah, we done well, supported the team, supported the players that pulled on the shirt. But once it came down to it, I would have always sacked him because he should never have been appointed in the first place. But I would give Moyes one more year, with a dangle of more years to come if it does improve. Nothing is irredeemable. That's the way I've always seen football and management. You know, it's hard because we were kids. The first years of John Lyall, we're kids and we're too young to know realistically how bad the football was. But if you're finishing 15th, 17th, and then going down and finishing 20th, it ain't good, is it? It ain't got a good look to it. You sign in a striker like John Radford that don't score a goal. Party Thistle 4-3. God, this is a game. This is a game. So, yeah. That's what I'd be doing. Next up, it's my favourite. He's back. I'm glad because I was trying to make a friend of him on Facebook. And I found him, but I sort of couldn't become a friend of his. And it's Devin Dukes of Hazard Senior.
Hey.
Yeah, he's about the best I can do. Howdy, gents, he says. Hope all is well. Yeah. Great win. He said it has been a bit. It's been 3 weeks, Dev. I was getting a bit worried, son. Not that I'm monitoring, but anyway. And I didn't get back on the American beer thing. This country's lazy with a million microbrews, because we did ask what's a good beer to drink. With a million microbrews, so I won't go there. He goes, these big companies are the Coors Banquet, which is Yellow Cane. He's got Jungling and PBR. He says, however, my favourite beer is Carlsberg. Now, there's a man after my own heart. My go-to lager, Dev, Carlsberg. Then just to top it off, they've asked, do you think Hyacinth Bouquet from Keeping Up Appearances would make a good football manager? Or would she be better off running the organisation? There you go. Keeping Up Appearances obviously made it to North Carolina.
Yeah. It's been off TV for a long time, Devin.
Yeah.
Is there a question? Is that the question? Do I think she'll be a good football manager? I don't think she'll be shortlisted for Moyes' replacement.
What's this manager Karen Brady was mentioning in the Sun over the weekend? Huh?
Postico, isn't it?
Postecoglou.
Celtic manager.
All right. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
To run the laundrette. If you know we're in the laundrette in EastEnders.
No, don't watch TV.
I thought Doc
Mr.
Cotton was the laundrette.
It's all
right.
Here's the Rabbadabados.
No, she worked in the laundrette, but she
So Mr.
never.
Rabbadabados.
And you never saw Mr.
No, he did. He was in it once. I remember talking to it. Or was I?
But he owned the laundrette.
Because it was the guy in the Lenny Henry show.
I don't know. Anyway.
I'll show you his picture.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, that's who reminds me of Mr. Papadopoulos. Because I don't know, he must have had a good record in Australia. Fans love him. I think the brand of football he plays is fantastic. Joe Hart's doing well up there. Probably found his level now. Stephen Gerrard done really well in Scotland, people. You know, it's not the.
Where was he before?
Down from where he's on, but the last great Scottish man.
Is your network all right,
Fergie,
Nigel? Because
really.
you keep on cutting out a little bit. Do you have a problem hearing him, Len?
Yeah, I do. He's totally gone now.
Yeah. Your shed
Your shed network
is shit, mate.
Oh no, you know what? I fucking run over the wire with me.
Oh, yeah, one job.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
What have you done? Oh, we're gonna have to finish
Run
the
over the
episode.
wire with me chair.
Oh, have you?
How about now? Is that
Still
No,
breaking
you're
in and
back
off.
now?
breaking up.
Breaking up, mate.
Hello?
Yeah, you're still
Breaking
there,
up.
but your
Oh,
network's... It's your network, actually.
You sure it's mine? Because I can hear you.
Yeah, and then you keep...
I think
Len
it's
hears it, I
probably
hear
his
it.
Any good?
microphone. You keep cutting out, doing a Norman Collier.
You think it's my microphone?
No, I think it's your network.
Right, what about now? Because you're perfect, so my internet's good.
How many have we
Why
got
can
left
I
to
hear-
do? Is he saying something, then?
No, he's gone. I think
No,
this
you
could be
broke
the
up,
worst part. This could be the worst podcast we've ever done, and we've done some
I'm
stinkers.
here.
Yeah.
Hello, Nigel.
Yeah.
Hello, Nigel.
What about now?
Well, I could hear you say what
Yeah.
about now, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
I
classic.
can hear ya.
if question time's just questions, what about now, we'll be fine.
Back now.
Yeah, it's 2 hours of them going,
You've
can
asked-
you hear me, Nigel? No,
You've
I
asked,
can't
I'll
hear
tell
you.
you what, Nigel, in the last 30 seconds, you've asked more questions than the listeners.
That's true. Oh.
Yeah, but I'm not
Go on.
getting any answers. Can you fucking hear
No,
me?
you're saying you can hear us.
Oh,
so
fuck's sake.
we're saying yes, you can hear, we can, yeah, we can hear you say what about now, but then it's just radio silence.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
brilliant. How many we got left, Nigel?
Hello now. What about that?
Oh, that's better.
Right, there we go.
What was that?
Fuck. I've re-
Oh.
played.
He's gone.
He's gone again.
Right, originally, I accidentally run over me. Fuck off.
He's gone again.
He's
Fuck
gone
again.
again.
I can hear you.
Oh, dear.
You're killing me, ain't you?
No, we're being serious, mate. Look.
He's
We're having
winding me up.
No, we're not winding
No,
you.
you're breaking in
You're
and
getting all
out.
Dalek-y now and then. So, you either need to come out completely and rejoin, or we're going to have to sort of call it a
Right,
night.
stay there a minute.
All right.
All right, we won't go
Hello,
anywhere.
Len. Tell me about your latest painting, mate.
Well, ones that I'm just sort of like kind of doing now,
We all live in a yellow submarine.
which is the Beatles. I
Oh.
just like to remind people. But it's not quite finished yet, so I won't post it yet. Maybe weekend or something. And I've got some Steve. I've put it the question like usually. I've got some signed Steve Harris prints in the
Oh,
shop.
nice.
So if you are a Maiden fan and a West Ham fan like me, of course Harry's an East End legend. So he kindly talk about the difference between proper East End folk or rock stars. We talk about a world rock star, Steve Harris. Through a customer of mine who he knows, he offered to sign some prints for me, of which I did, as you know.
Yeah.
I took them to get them
Chance.
signed.
Can you hear me?
And, yes, mate.
Right.
And now they are in the shop.
Oh, nice.
Right. Let's quickly run through. We'll do it and then we'll stop. Because I'm losing it anyway. So
you're right now. You're not breaking up.
No, what had happened is that it then transferred to Wi-Fi. But of course, the Wi-Fi.
Oh, well, that's exactly what we thought. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've switched the Wi-Fi off, and now it's just on cable.
Yeah, you sound a lot better. Well done
Yeah.
for working it out.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
We'll make an IT man of you yet.
I've normally every week I switch the Wi-Fi off, and I'm in the shed.
In the
Tonight
shed.
I forgot to do it. I'm in my shed. Yeah. No stooge. Shed man. Thank you very much. match, yeah.
Brilliant.
No stooge, he says, for the last few games, says Marion Williams, the Welshman of Wizards, or whatever he is now. He's got a question. Season ticket price increase. Does this mean ticket trader pricing will also increase?
Yeah, of course it will.
Yeah. And if so, why do you think there's no transparency from the club on how much you get when they email trying to persuade you to part with your seat?
Well, there is, though, isn't there?
Oh, he loves them, doesn't he?
Well,
Ignore him. Second question is the inner circle of this group now starting to become a secret sect. As I've heard, there's now an inner circle of trust, a sort of West Ham Bullingdon club. If this is so similar to the ones the Stooge has with his various sources as for transparency, should we know what goes on in this circle of trust? Is Len and Nigel happy to be part of the Stooges Bullingdon club?
well, it sounds like
So
somebody's been
obviously
telling
someone's
tales out.
betrayed. Yeah. So the
School.
person that they kicked off the circle of trust, now you've got reason to kick him
Oh,
off the
hang on a
circle of
minute.
trust.
What's the first rule about Fight Club?
Don't talk about Fight Club.
What is? If
Right.
Marion's mentioned it today, what's happened with Dodsey?
Should I post Dodsey's drawing on the?
No, let's not do that. But the
Well,
first rule of Fight Club is
Goose
you
and
don't
Gander.
talk about Fight Club.
Yeah.
People
Dodsey's
shouldn't
in
even know
trouble.
this group exists.
And also, what Marion's just done is typical out of towner grassing.
It is grassy.
Yeah.
You are
We
so
don't like
right.
grasses.
I mean, there's so many misdemeanors in it. And you wonder why I draw Dodsey with prostitutes.
God.
Or is that grassy?
No,
How come grass
it's
is
got
the
nothing
dark?
to do with it. Stop that.
Poor old
What?
Dodsey.
Poor old Dodsey.
Listen,
Lou Allen.
artists
I'm
are-
going to move on. With Lou Allen says, what a performance. 3 points, really needed. He just thought we were brilliant. That once again, VAR didn't do us favours. He said we constantly complain about corruption, top six bias, but VAR just backs that up. He has got a question. He said it's been reported that Rice could leave for 100 to 120. Of his rumoured destinations, what players would you realistically like brought in? Example, Smith Rowe, Arsenal. Great work as always, Brady out. I'll go first quickly. I wouldn't be adverse to the Carl Walker, Phillips and 60 million quid deal.
No, I wouldn't if that was true.
If that was true. Sean?
What are we talking, a swap deal or what?
So a player plus money.
How about Calvin Phillips? How much did you buy Calvin Phillips for? From Leeds?
Man
They
City.
paid 48, didn't they?
48. 90 million plus Calvin Phillips. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Oh, okay, well, that
That's
ain't
my
happening.
deal. Take it or leave it.
You got anything, Len?
No.
No. Chris Crinch has asked, he says, Evening Lands, where would we strengthen in the summer? We have answered. I direct you to the question we gave earlier.
Some moments ago.
Old Arturo's back. Celeb Suet says, great show. He does enjoy them. Now we're almost certain of staying in the league. Do you think what players when we move on? Oh, right, here's the one for Sean. Are there any players out of contract?
Yeah.
Right, go.
Well, Cresswell is, obviously. Ogbonna is.
Oh.
Fabianski is, but he's about to be offered a 12-month contract. Lanzini is, unless we activate his 2-year extension. Ben Johnson is, unless we activate his extension. And Soufal is, unless we activate his extension. And my understanding is we haven't, until we're mathematically safe, we will not activate any of those extensions or offer short-term contracts.
Yeah.
I'd like to live in the now a bit. You know what I mean? Not look too far ahead with, should we replace Moyes? Who are we buying? You know, we got a semi-final to play Thursday and another leg of it, and we might have a European final. You know what I mean?
Would you offer Cresswell another 12-month contract, Len.
That's what made me say that, because
Yeah.
it's a horrible thing, horrible thought. You say Creswell or Bonner, it's a fucking hell.
Yeah.
Let's not start talking about another rebuild again, because things could be good and things could feel different. Like I said a few weeks ago, when we get the points on the board and have just a European thing, sometimes you got to go how you feel, and you can only go out the feel when you live in the now.
Yeah.
That makes
I
sense.
agree. Yeah, you're right. Let's worry about that at the end.
Yeah.
But Fabianski, I know he's 38, but
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying there was quite worrying. It is worrying.
But
Creswell.
but this is what happens when you as we were 2 years ago, the
Yeah.
oldest team in the league. It has to be. It has to have
when
extreme surgery.
Story, when does
Yeah,
Cresswell earn his 10-year?
2014,
Next year.
2024.
So he needs to get that 12-month extension to make
Yeah,
his
10
10
years.
years.
Yeah.
Hasn't he played the? Is he? He must be the longest serving, obviously West Ham player. But there's something that they said he's outside of.
When do we? Who
Is he the
signed off
longest?
Bonner?
Has he got the most appearances outside of Mark Noble in the Premier League?
What, for West Ham?
Yeah.
No.
Who has got the most Premier League? Remember?
Premier League appearances
Yeah.
for West Ham.
Outside Mark Noble.
Do you know what? I've not really thought perhaps Creswell has.
Well, I seem to remember it's something like that he's second after, which sort of would make a bit of sense.
I mean, longevity wise, there's not many. I mean, if you think of how many testimonials have been handed out, I mean, James Collins, but then some of the James Collins' first time with us was signed when we was in the Championship still.
It is, by
So
the way. I've just looked it up. It is.
I was
Aaron.
gonna,
So 414 was Mark Noble.
yeah.
282 is Aaron Cresswell. Who do you reckon is third?
Do you know that I don't know? There's a bit of me that thinks that Cole will be in the top
Carlton Cole
10.
is fourth with 216, but
Yeah.
who's third?
I don't think it is Collins, is it?
No, it's not.
Is he in the top 10?
I haven't got the top 10. I've only got the top 5.
So
Who's
we've got
third?
Noble at the top.
Yeah, 414.
Is this Premier League era?
Premier
This is
League era.
Premier League
I'll give
appearances
you the number of
only.
appearances. 282. Well, sorry, 282 is Aaron Cresswell. 227 is the third.
Of
I'm
Bonner.
trying to think that.
No, it's not Bonner.
Oh, do you know what? I'll tell you it is. Because he only came the season after, so it's Antonio.
It is Antonio. And you won't get the third one. So the fourth one is Carlton Cole on 216. The last one in May, and this is off West Ham's own website, 204. Steve Potts, you did get it.
Yeah.
2006, 2015, Stevie Potts. And I only go top 5, so I don't know who's 6. There you go. It's incredible that Cresswell
I
is
think
the
Rob
second.
Green's in the top 10 as well.
He could be, but I don't have the top 10.
Because he was a constant. I mean, I don't know how many Fabianski's played. Funny enough.
Hang on. I've now gone. Number 6, 201. Should get this.
Oh, that's Declan Rice.
Declan Rice is 6. 188 joint 7th. 2 players. One is current, one is not.
Well, I thought Collins would be.
Collins is 1. Who's the
Yeah.
other one? On the same 188. You mentioned him earlier.
Bonner.
Yeah. Next 2 are both on 177. You mentioned one earlier.
Rob Green.
Rob Green and
I don't think Di Canio played that many.
no.
Di Canio was 4.5 years. Premier League.
He's taken a bit of a backwards. He's got a lot of grief on social media of late.
Oh, fuck me, there's a long list.
Rio.
No,
Rio. I don't know. No, Rio.
Trevor Sinclair.
I was thinking I was just going to go Frank Jr.
One behind them, 176 current player, and it surprised me.
Current player,
176.
Declan. No.
No, we've done Declan.
No, we've already got Declan. He's on 201. So who's coming? Fabianski?
No,
not
No.
Fabianski.
For now.
And he's just outside. So Sinclair was top 10. This is 11th.
No, I don't.
It's
not
not
Fornals. I don't.
Come on, it's an obvious one. When you go,
Bowen?
oh. No, it's not Bowen.
Souček.
No.
It ain't that fucking obvious then, is it?
Well, it's a player he used to play all the time, but he now only plays European games.
Oh, Lanzini.
Lanzini, of course.
Wow. Lanzini's 11th.
11th. Followed by John Monker, 175. McCloskey, 169.
John Monker, 175.
175.
That must include all his substitute appearances.
Yeah, it must do. Fabianski, 168. Winston Reid, 166. James Thompson, 164.
Tompkins.
Steve Lomas, 159. Joe Cole, 157. Frank Lampard Jr., 148. Tim Breaker, 143. Pablo Fornals, 134. Ian Bishop, 134. And finally, Matthew Upson, 131. I could go on, but I won't.
I mean, that is not a list to be proud of.
It isn't, is it?
I mean, it don't sit up there when you think that the actual all-time tops are obviously Bonzo, Lampard, Brookin, Alvin.
Yeah, it is a bit in the day, you know, for Cresswell to be our second longest.
Bobby Moore was.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
Anyway, we digress, as usual.
Right. We digress so much.
We finished.
No, yeah. Neil Edwards, I'll skip through. So Neil Edwards asked, if we won the Conference League, where do we think the open top bus ride will be?
Oh, it's got to be down Stratford.
We know the bus ride.
High Street.
I was there.
Well, would it not still go to Newham Town Hall?
Of course it would.
Would it?
Yeah.
Well, they got the balcony there, haven't they? Just where the.
Yeah.
No, strangely enough, West Ham Town Hall, Stratford Broadway, does have a balcony.
It's in Stratford, yeah.
But they'd have to shut the Broadway. Paul Nolan, he says, I'll ask you. See, he couldn't believe last week. He said, I asked if you was doing Facebook, Twitter question time, and then he forgot to ask a question. I know, and it was only down to you that we had one. Last week. He said, first one, he says, they say never meet your heroes. And before the Liverpool game, I didn't, but I did meet Sean. So anyway. So this week against Man U.
Who was that?
Nolan. Paul Nolan.
Oh, yes, he did in the queue. Yeah.
Yeah. So he said he was supposed to be in Hong Kong, but it was cancelled. So he let Mrs. Nolan and the daughter go. But everyone said she was lucky. And the Bicester Hammer said, I think she should go to all the games. He asked, are we finally safe? And
Yes.
Who do you think will send down, Leeds or Leicester?
Leeds.
And
Leicester. Well, do you know what? If they, as I said earlier, if they both lose or draw, they're gone anyway. I think both of them will be gone before we play them.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think that?
No, Leeds won't be gone before we play them.
Yes, they will.
No, they won't.
Unless they win their game against Newcastle,
they won't be gone.
Why will they not be gone? Because you don't want them to be gone.
No, because they're still only 2 points behind Everton.
Oh, all right. Sorry, God.
Everton's next game of Man City.
Sorry, I'm looking very selfishly from a West Ham point of view. They can't Oh, yeah, I'm only looking at it from a not
Yeah.
getting relegated.
Yeah,
You're right.
there
They
you
could
go.
survive, but still be below West Ham.
Yes. Well, I don't want that. I want them fucking gone.
Yeah, fair enough.
So the worst McDonald's chef in the world is back, Darren McBurney. You wouldn't eat that
Hey.
burger, would you, people?
I
2 for
like a
1 on the
burger, but I
McBurneys.
used to.
Well, I'll give it a go. Evening, gents, says Darren. Assuming we appoint a new manager, rather than suggesting names, can you give the three main characteristics we need from a new boss to be a success with the current squad and additions? So, give me, right, so we'll take one each. A characteristic. Jay, you can go first.
Well, adaptable.
Adaptable. Right, okay. Sean, you next. So he needs to be
Daring.
adaptable,
Daring.
daring.
Mhm.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
Ex-Hammer. There you go. There's three characteristics there.
You'd like an ex-hammer, would you?
I'd always prefer an
Yeah.
ex-Hammer as manager.
Do you have anyone in mind? I can't think of anyone in a minute.
Strangely enough,
You do,
if
don't you?
I would tenuous maybe, but Edin Terzic, I've said it before, at Dortmund.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll get you for that one.
and do you know what? I'd even have a push at Gary O'Neill.
I think I might. I think
Um,
I might.
so there's the two ex-Hammers. Bit different, but obviously Terzic was only a coach with us under Bilic. But I think he's done fantastic. I know Dortmund are doing really well under him, and I think he's well liked there. And hopefully he'll win the title with Dortmund this season, so we probably won't get him. I think they're a point behind now. Savile Rowe says, I've always had the thought attractive football is more important than results at this club, as long as we survive. But he's enjoyed football, and it would be sad to see it go. So if Moyes wants to go at the end of the season, do we want another results-based boss or someone who makes us great to watch, but our league position stays the same? That's a good question, actually. Can we have both? Do you think West Ham's capable of having a manager to entertain and be successful?
Sorry, say that again. Do you think
A manager, West Ham could get a manager that will not only entertain, but we will be successessul. So
it is
Savile Rowe,
possible? I mean, Slaven Bilic is a proof of that.
successful.
Yeah, he was successful for a good season.
Right. So success is finishing 7th.
Well, in our little way, yeah, it is because it means Europe, doesn't it? And
No, it don't.
We couldn't score
well,
against
it does. It
Gugu.
means if you finish 7th this year and last year, it means, or most years, it means Europa Conference League. So be careful what you say.
No, Sean. That only happens, yeah,
Oh, I
with
know what
the
you're going to
people
say.
that win the League Cup and the people that
Yeah,
win
but
the
that
FA
happens
Cup.
most years, man. So
It's not nailed on necessity.
all
Is it?
right, so in the year that Slaven Bilic did it, let's just let me qualify it. We qualified for Europe. No, we might have cocked it up afterwards. So yes, we had some really attractive football, and it was fun. It didn't last long.
I think the phrase was 2 games.
Really? No.
Yeah.
Sorry. It was fun in the season qualifying
Oh
for
yeah.
Europe.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it was fun after we qualified for Europe because that was a shit fest. But at least, come on, it was really exciting that year that Bilic took over, and there was a
It was
buzz
great,
around it,
wasn't it?
and
That was a fantastic season.
it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So it
Do
proves
you
it can be
think?
done, but it unfortunately he got found out and it couldn't be consistent.
Right. Okay. All right.
But it is possible.
Um. Richie Kemp says he thoroughly enjoyed the warm Sunday evening. No one mentioned the weather. It was nice, wasn't it? He's got a question. Is Aaron Creswell about to overtake Julian as our second most played left back? And how does the pod feel when he compares to Dixon Lampard? Brady out. Well,
Brady out.
I think he's already gone past
Must have gone past Julian Dix. He injured a lot,
Julian
wasn't
Dix.
he? What, mind you? Don't know.
Well,
I think he probably has.
Dix had a lot of injury.
Yeah. They'd
So-
almost just, I think he had a season out once, didn't he, as well?
Well, he had
90.
18 months out.
Yeah.
So I'm just checking in my book. Julian Dix. Julian Dix played 326 games for West Ham, scoring 65 goals. So remember that, because Creswell, there's a lot of C's. Just flicking through. Creswell, 314.
So
Wow.
Julian just.
It's Julian's, yeah.
Mm.
There you go. So when did Julian sign for us?
89.
No, it was the year before.
Was it?
He came
88?
in March 88. He came.
Yeah,
He was
you're right.
like
Of course he did, yeah.
deadline day signing. You know, like it was February, March
It was
88.
late, wasn't it?
Yeah, and
It was
then
late.
he retired in 99, but had a year at Liverpool. So he did his 10 years, didn't he? Because he got a testimonial against that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Was it Atletico Madrid?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or was it
Too odd.
Bilbao? It was either
It
Atletico
could have been
Madrid
Bilbao.
or Atletico Bilbao. Might have been Bilbao. It was red and white. Anyway. So I suppose if Creswell gets to stay next season, he will have to say, where does Creswell stand in the pantheon of left backs? Wow. I don't think he beats them two for me.
No, and it's no. No.
Sean, you give him what you
What's the question?
I know I can always tell when you're not paying attention.
I was sorry,
Left
someone
back.
was texting me some information.
Creswell is about to overtake Julian Dix. He's 12 games behind.
Yeah.
But where does he stand in the all-time left backs compared with Lampard?
Oh,
and
that's a
Dix?
really difficult one, isn't it? Because there's been ups and downs with Cressy. I'd like to be a bit more generous than I am, but number of games played doesn't make you a standout left back. I'm sorry, he's not up there for me.
No,
He doesn't even make my top 5.
What, left backs?
Yeah.
It doesn't make your top 5 left backs.
No.
See, now
I'd
you've
love
got
to
me
hear you
now.
name fucking 5 left backs.
Well, this is the thing. So give me the
I'd love to hear
5.
this.
I knew you were trying. You just try and catch me out all the time, don't you?
You want to say
Stop
these
catching you
stupid
out.
things.
You walked into it.
Who are the 5 then?
Julian Dix.
Right.
Yeah.
Kara.
Any others?
No, I've got to.
It's tough, Sean.
Look, I've got to try and remember. Julian. Oh no, he wasn't.
Well, when
was
you're
he?
not putting him in your top 5, surely you know.
No, do you know what? It's maybe it's a bit of a sort of perception thing, and maybe it's a bit unfair. But you've put me on. I'm trying to think who. And I'm
Google
I'm
won't
trying
work
to
quick enough, Sean, will it?
No, it won't work now. And then you got to do the Steve Wolford, George Paris thing and think, are they left backs?
Yeah, I know. This is the problem.
Yeah, it's a part you have thought of them. That's
I didn't think this
first two
through,
people
did I?
come in your head, weren't they?
And now I'm desperately trying to Google West Ham best left West Ham
Yeah,
left
you would
backs.
struggle. I think you probably have to give him third. I can't think of anyone else other than them two in front of him. He's had a good career, Chris. You can't take it away from him.
No, yes, you're
I
right.
think when the dust has settled and you look back when it's all done, I think you find he's had a good career.
Mm.
In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I think he deserves another contract. And I'll tell you why, we've got to try and keep a squad together. Because
Yeah.
even what we've seen this season,
Yeah,
the
no.
squad's too thin. So if we want to, if we do win the Europa Conference League, we're going to have European football next season. So that's 3 cups we're going to be in and the league.
Stuart Pearce.
Fuck
Well
me, you
done.
struggled there.
I did.
So
Trying to
Stuart
remember
Pearce, who
whether
played 2 seasons,
Steve Potts, did he play left back?
Probably at one point, but he weren't
once.
really
He
left
was a
back.
right back and a centre back.
Did Repka play left back?
Perita Alonga, was he a left
Or was
back
he a
or a
centre
right
back?
back?
Well, Repka was a right back. Lunga,
Alvin Martin, did he ever play left back?
Javier Mugger.
no.
I know he was in the centre, but
Alvin was a centre half. So was Margas was a centre half.
Yeah, wasn't he?
Left backs, you got Nigel Winterburn.
Winterburn, yeah.
Then
You're right. When
Zabaleta.
you start to say it, yeah, there's.
Zabaleta was a left back, I think.
Oh, yeah. See, I wouldn't put him in there.
But there's, I mean, you're talking, you got 3 left backs there. What we're saying, Lampard, Dix, and Creswell. You're talking nearly 40 years between them. Plus 40 years of left backs. No, almost.
Well, you're looking over 1,000 games for West Ham.
Mm.
Just those 3.
That's why you struggle to name them.
Yeah. And when you say Lampard, you're talking about Lampard Senior, yeah?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course I am.
Yeah.
40 years,
40
Sean.
years. Man and boy. Man and boy.
Right, look, I'm gonna say to people, Charlie Cooper quickly. We won't answer these, but say, Charlie, thanks for your question. He says if the board stick with the 120 tag on Rice, could you see there being issues with his dedication next season if nobody coughs up and lets him go? I think he'll play.
Living in now.
Yeah, I think he'll play the way he is. Siggy Stardust. He says, I've received another marketing email for season ticket telling me I can see world-class players. What are the chances of getting a refund under the Trade Description Act?
You could try.
Brady out.
Brady out.
Trev Payne got a good question. Said, with John and George giving their season ticket up, is Len thinking of doing the same? Fingers crossed he's not. What realistic changes can the club make for them and other supporters who have done the same? I mean, this
They
is a
can
good
leave.
question. For them to want to come back? Or is it mainly a stadium-based decision and therefore they would never come back? Well, John and George would have to answer that for themselves.
Well,
I've
got a new theory on
we
that.
might
We
have an
talk about
update
that.
for that in the future, might we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk about my story in the close season.
Yeah.
Not for now.
So, it's funny where a lot of people have walked away. My mantra is I will never walk away while they own the club because it will not be them that stops me
By the
going.
way, if you do not read out, you didn't read out Dodds' question.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Right, Ed Hughes hasn't got a question.
That was a
Positive
bit squirrel.
thoughts. Thank you very much. On the ball. Captain Jack Morgan says predicted lineup. He then said about can we get players from Southampton, Leeds, and Leicester. So for next season, he thinks Areola getting a right back, getting a left back. He's happy with a Gerd and Zuma. Paqueta with another central midfielder, a bit harsh and Flynn Downs there, I think, Captain Jack. Bowen with a central attacking midfielder, a left winger, and another striker. Adam Levitt says, a great win Sunday. We smashed the see you next Tuesdays. Come on, Ad, it's a family show. And we are the governors of East London again. Up, gents. It's AI Sean, who said we thought we had a good defensive performance against City in the first half. Man U was the best performance of the season. Defensive strong with a genuinely threat on the counter. Moyes bought his best. He's not a Moyes fan, AI Sean. And then he complains about VAR. Dodsey says, all right, we all know what he says. Brady out. Didn't see that coming,
Brady
but
out.
take it. Goals are fun. He says, anyway, he's got a question. Would you be happy if we got Ward Prowse from Southampton, Gallagher, and for the pair? I would, with a bit of change left over. Then says Nigel and Len met the horse whisperer, as we called him, on Saturday.
Yeah, nice fella.
Ian, the tanner from Bushy in Hertfordshire. He said, "Is there anyone else out the 8 listeners they would like to meet?" Well, I'd look. I'd throw it out there. Devin Dukes of Hazzard would
Yeah.
possibly be my favourite.
I'd like to go to the Spoons with Grant because he's always in the Spoons.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah, gets me right in the mood. He does.
Yeah.
Makes me quite jealous.
Sean, anyone you'd like to meet from the listener base?
I want to meet the Tenerife soul singing.
Oh right,
Yeah, that's another one.
I've met him. So even though I didn't name you, Mike, obviously I've already met you, mate. So
The Elvis impersonator.
hey,
The Elvis
Hey.
impersonator.
yeah,
No, I know he's a soul singing
superstar.
superstar.
And Super
of Tenerife.
Chrissy Mills.
He's been busy. I've stood next to Chrissy Mills on a protest, and I'm thinking
Oh, okay.
that's Chrissy Mills. I didn't like to say hello because I was just I know it's a bit silly. I should have said hello, Chris. But you was with Bill Gardner, and I just thought, blimey, it's Bill Gardner and Chrissy Mills. It's not
I'd
too-
also like to meet up with one of our listeners called Carol,
And
who
Dave.
gave birth to you. I haven't spoken to her for ages.
You've
Well, I
met her
must have-
already, though.
I know, but we need to meet up again and get some more stories about our
Oh.
little boy.
Dave Jones.
Well, that. Yeah, do you know where to come if you want to meet Dave Jones, mate? Where you was Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, mate. That's probably the first game I've not seen him in ages.
Ah.
Yeah,
Well, you never know.
there you go. Chrissy Mills pops up and says, fantastic display. We've got to be safe now. Shame about
Yeah.
VAR. Do we think the club should be doing more to get the fans in early Thursday? I think a light show would be good before the sun goes down. Missing a
You
massive
don't
chance.
like the light shows?
That-
Oh no, that's Len.
Me.
Yeah, but I don't like the light show, Sean. That's
Oh,
why I said
you're
before
being
the sun goes
periphery.
down. Yeah, get
You're
rid of.
being sarcastic, aren't you? I can
Yes.
tell.
It says such a shame we're run by dickheads that don't have a clue. Brady out. Everybody out.
Radio.
Cannington Len says East
Len.
London here. Steve Harrods has offered to sign some prints, and they're now available in the shop. There you go, people. And there's Steve signing them. Looking, I'm disappointed he hasn't got his claret and blue wristbands on. Obviously, he
Yeah.
doesn't wear them all
Well,
the
there you
time.
go.
I quite like his in the background. He's got a couple of football things.
Apparently, he's got a
pennants.
lot. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
has he?
got a
Yeah.
lot of them.
What's his signing fee?
Nothing. He offered to do it.
All right, no signing fee. Not like Declan Rice.
I don't know about Declan Rice. I wouldn't know.
What? He charges to sign things.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't. I mean,
He's
Oh,
not
he don't.
always hugging crime boys, you know. Sometimes he has little enterprises to sign
Oh.
memorabilia.
Anyway,
All right.
I forgot I missed one on Dodsey just to show I don't always pick on him. He said obviously.
I always pick on him though.
Yeah,
You do. Leave him alone.
Nah.
he did ask Len and Nigel who would like to meet. He said before I get a band Sean as well. He said with the above in mind, what's the worst thing you've ever been banned from? Brady out. You ever been banned from anything, Sean?
Radio.
I think I once got banned from a Young Conservative ball once.
What did you do?
I would have rather not say.
Oh yeah, and was it anything to do with a pig?
No,
Oh.
no.
Okay.
I was dating a
And-
daughter of a senior trade unionist who was very big in the TUC at the time.
All right.
That's another story. It's not a political podcast.
No. Anything you've been banned from then?
Only in the music class at school.
Oh.
I bet you could give us a list as long as your arm. You've been
Yeah,
banned.
I've been banned from a lot of. But the only thing is, I did think was the maddest. I don't know. I'll bring it to a West Ham thing. When I got banned from WHU 606
Oh yeah, I remember.
for foul and abusive language, and they took
you?
umbrage. Yeah, and what they did was someone and bearing in mind, I only went on there because they were talking about me. This was back in my protest days, and someone called me a liar, and I'd been told, so I signed up, joined it, and went, "Here I am." Now call me a liar to my face, and they shrank away like the little violet that they were. There's a lot of people. I was probably a bit more aggressive back then on social media,
Really?
and I thought, I'm really upsetting these people. I'm going to hang about here because it used to be a bit of fun. Because they obviously didn't like me on there. They were all arse licking, pro bald, fucking pro move Stratford lovies.
Oh dear, those
I
kind of
know.
people.
Son's type of people. So, but the thing that got me banned was quite funny in that it was innocuous because someone put up a picture of
Hang
a
on.
wall.
Are you using a word like innocuous for 2
Yeah.
hours of the podcast?
Yeah. So anyway, it
Have
was.
you
It was
swallowed
a
a
bit.
dictionary or something, Nigel?
No. I do know good words. Anyway, the funny thing is, they put up a photograph of, I don't know if it was from Liverpool or something. It said "Cockneys go home," and it was a spray painting, and the people in there were saying, oh, what constitute a Cockney, and they were saying where they came from. And when I'm reading it, none of them, and when I say none of them came from anywhere near Cockney land as such. None of them. So I put, that's the problem with this place. Too many Mockneys, not enough Cockneys.
Yeah.
Bang, banned. That's it. Kick me off. And I'd an exchange of emails with the admin of it, where he accused me of using foul and abusive language. To which point I was like a bit baffled, and he said, like, we then had a discussion about whether Mockney was foul and abusive, and then I showed him what real foul and abusive language was. And I think it ended there. So banned.
There you go.
There you go.
Cool.
And the last question goes to my good mate, Uncle Ted Sexton, Dave's son. He says, because it's a question of the night. How much do we want to fuck Leeds? Particularly Fat Sam being there. Oh,
Well, that reminds me of the photo that Len did.
big much. Oh, Sean, he did one with you, son. Don't you
Shall I
worry.
put that one up?
I think you put that one up.
I think you got to put both up. You're going to put one up, you put them both up.
I think you put that. Put
All
both.
three of them up. Or I could sell them as Len's dirty postcard range. While I've the stamps.
It's
are
like the old
going
saucy
around.
postcard things, isn't it? You
That's how. That's
what
how
you need
Derby
is
Gold
you need
started.
like a little bit at the bottom of words. I only asked for like 50p. Like something like that.
Anyway, can we go to bed now?
Well, can we? I mean, Dodsy's postcard could say, I only joined Tesco's through the back door.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
or I worked at Tesco's as the back door man.
he drove to Moon and back.
No, Dodsy told us how he went to work with Tesco's, and it was funny because I did take the piss out of him because he said he when he was 18 and he got the job off the back door man.
And that's how I drew him.
Was that Miriam?
So no, it wasn't Miriam. I'll tell you, crack me up. How we keep you listeners, I do not know.
I don't know.
You
Anyway.
must love us.
We've been particularly poor tonight.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a poor podcast.
I'm
It's
sorry,
so
Peter.
bad, it's been good.
I don't feel well, honestly.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all we have tonight. Nigel has been,
Oh, fucking hell.
Len has been,
Oh, pretty awful, really.
and if you're still here and you're still awake, well done. Well done, you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You
Come
have
on,
my
you irons.
deepest thanks.
Bobby Moore. More than just a podcast.
Hopefully Monday next week.
Bobby Moore.
Monday, man.
Maybe that's
More
what it
than
was.
just a podcast.